What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Urban Nerds, this channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. Now, there's not a lot of nerd news, but I'm gonna give it to you anyways. The first topic on a nerd rundown is Mark Hamill. You know, the Luke of Star Wars, or if you guys didn't know, the voice of Joker on the animated series and other things. He was talking about filming The Last Jedi, the movie that's going to be coming out this December, and he was saying that it felt sort of special. It felt special in the point, like, it reminded him of filming this the first Star Wars movie, A New Hope, and that's a lot of good praise to say, especially coming from Mark Hamill, because everyone's looking forward to this movie, and to say that it reminds him of New Hope, the movie that pretty much jump-started this whole Star Wars franchise, it's good news. And that might be the reason why everybody was looking for Ryan Johnson to jump on board and direct Episode 9. You know, ever since Colin Trevorrow, I don't know what happened with him and Star Wars, but they sort of had a falling out. They said it was amicable, that the directive differences or whatever. So he stepped away, and everyone was like pining for Ryan Johnson to step in board and take over, because of we haven't heard any bad news with Star Wars. All these movies, like the Han Solo movie and like all these other things, that like it hasn't been jiving. But yet with The Last Jedi, Ryan Johnson, there's been no bad talk, and even with the reshoots, no one's been talking hype about that, or talking mess about that. So therefore, everyone's like, yo, he should direct the movie after Colin Trevorrow steps down. But then Ryan Johnson was like, nah, I ain't doing it. I guess because like it's a large toll to take on a movie franchise like this, like take on a movie, and you've got so much pressure. And I guess he was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a step back. I don't need this kind of thing. I'm like, I put in my work. Let me just leave on a high note. And that's why J.J. Abrams even though J.J. Abrams did the first one, The Force Awakens, but J.J. Abrams jump-started this whole new trilogy. So, I give it to him to finish it off, because I do believe he does have the talent to finish it good, because I do like J.J. Abrams things. Like, I loved Fringe, and like, I didn't watch too much of Lost, but I did like it in the beginning. Started getting a little iffy. I didn't even watch it all the way through. I got to like season 3, but regardless of the fact, I'm hearing it's good and only the best. And now that Mark Hamill's talking about how it reminds him of New Hope, it gives me more hope that this movie's gonna be great. Next we have IGN released an exclusive clip of Jigsaw. The new Jigsaw movie, where the victims wake up in a room. Something's on their head. They're chained, and it's dragging them to like some saws. And with Tobin Bell's Jigsaw saying, "I'm sure you're all wondering why you're here." And as far as it comes to Jigsaw, I'm not gonna say I'm not a fan, but I'm not a fan of what they call torture porn. That's what these movies are called. They're called torture porn, because everyone's not getting off, but like they're getting enjoyment out of seeing people tortured and ripped to shreds, and like it's one thing for hack and slasher. With this, it takes to another level of putting you in, making you feel uncomfortable into what is being done to a human body, and I'm not really down for that. Like, I've seen one of them, I think Jigsaw 2, and it was a good movie. And I understand the premise. I understand that he's trying to make people realize, like people that have done bad things, whatever. He's trying to make them realize, what are you willing to do for your life? Are you willing to sacrifice someone else's life? And then, like, that's kind of how he picks and chooses who survives. But I'm not the person that's into it. That franchise, that genre isn't really for me. I'm not really into this torturing, ripping people shreds. If you guys are into it, great. I'm gonna put the link to the trailer down below, but other than that, I can't do it. I just can't. So there that is. On to the next topic on a nerd rundown. Netflix released a featurette for the new David Ayer's movie on Netflix called Bright. It's an action. Was a fantasy action thriller starring Will Smith and as a LAPD cop who's partnered with an orc played by Joel Edgerton, and the first of his kind. And he's pretty much just trying to come up and do things. It sort of reminds me of this movie called Alien Nation, where a regular human teams up with an alien as a cop or whatever detective, and like when you've got differences, and I guess it's the kind of mirror how it is now. Back then, back when with police officers, when black people first started getting onto the force, how I know how hard it could have been, and so that's how I kind of relate this. So I'm seeing this featurette, and this orc, he's just trying to come up. He's the first of its kind being an officer, and the movie just follows them, and the featurette's telling about the whole backstory of it, and how they don't really jive. They're not really clicking as far as police officers, but they still. That's their job. And Will Smith is one of those people that he doesn't click with the orcs, but except you're my part. I just need to know you got my back. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what race you are. I'm like I have my issues with your kind, whatever, but I want to put that off aside if you got my back. And that's pretty much what it does. It shows you him. It shows you them going through the thing. And then the twist is they come across this magic wand, which a magic wand in this world is equivalent to a nuclear bomb. Because it pretty much can do anything. They even talk that these cops saying you want to be taller, it'll make you taller. You want $1 billion, $1 billion, it'll give you $1 billion. You want all the monies, all the cars, all the women, you have it. With this thing, anything you wish for, it's granted. And then that's when I see this more of the plot of this movie where Will Smith's character is a good cop, and then the orc is a good cop, and then the other cops that are humans, they're like, yeah, we're taking this. And then Will Smith's like, no, we're not. And then they're like, we're gonna kill this orc, we're gonna take this, and you're either with us or against us. And then I guess we all know what Will Smith chose, because Will Smith does not go down the wrong path unless he's dead shot in the Suicide Squad 2. But other than that, Will Smith is always right. He's always right. So, shenanigans ensues, and him and the orc basically make a run. And apparently there's this because it's a world of orcs, elves, and humans. And the orcs seem to be like underground like mobsters or whatever. Meanwhile the elves, I'm not sure what they are, but except this world, they're all working together, living together. And this action, because this one wand is where these cops start going after Will Smith. And it reminds me of a movie I've seen before, where I can't remember when it was, but it was a movie where the cops, they run into this the bank, or what is it, when when they're transferring the money, and then the cops take over and they decide that they're gonna take this, and then one cop, he's just like, no, I'm not gonna do this, and then basically they're all trying to go after him and kill him because you got a witness, you got someone that's gonna try and say squill on you, and you can't have that. Snitches get stitches. That's how it works. But this movie, this trailer, this featurette, I was okay. I was looking forward to it. But after seeing this featurette, I'm definitely more into seeing it. And I'm going to see if I can put the featurette down below in the descriptions. And you guys should check it out because it looks like good. Because I like Will Smith's movie. I like his enthusiasm, his energy, his charisma. So that's why most of the time, all the movies he comes out with, you're looking at Bad Boys, you're looking at iRobot, you got I Am Legend. Like pretty much like Enemy of the State. Like anything he's in, Independence Day. It's like, his record just makes you believe that he's going to be great. And especially something like this. Even though it's off the pattern, it seems kind of weird. And it's on Netflix. But you got to give it a chance. Alright? Because I'm going to. And the movie comes out December 22nd on Netflix. So, hey, mark that on your calendar. Put it on your Google calendar. Whatever calendar you got. Apple calendar. Make sure you got it so that thing. Because it's an event. Just like Stranger Things. You should really check it out. Yeah, LA Cop and all that. So, next, we got movies this weekend, and there's 4, but there's one major one I'm going to talk to you guys that I'm looking forward to. The first one is Only the Brave, which looks good. It's got a lot of good reviews, and it's about, the firefighters, what they have to go through, and just like, it's one of those empowering and inspirational movies. So you should really check that out. Next, we got Tyler Perry's Boo 2, A Medea's Halloween, and I didn't finish the first one, but for some reason, I'm not even a Madea fan, but I sort of want to watch a Boo Halloween story. I don't know why, but I kind of want to watch this Madea one. I don't know, it's just weird. I just want to. I'm going to check it out before I see this one, if I do. Next, we got Snowman with Michael Fassbender and Rebecca Ferguson, and this one has got to say the reviews are bad is like an understatement. I'm hearing scathing. Like, people just don't like anything about this movie. And it looks sort of intriguing. A serial killer that kills people or kills women, chops off their head, and then sticks snowmen on their bodies. Or they stick snowmen's heads on a female's dead headless body, and they leave the bodies around. And it sort of seems interesting. But it's from what they're saying, like, I don't know. I'm thinking of probably watching Wind River instead, because that seems a little bit more, thriller that looks kind of good. Because this one looked around the same kind of thing. In fact, I was confusing them because of trailers. They're all dealing with snow and stuff like that. But I'm not hearing good things about snowmen. And Michael Fassbender, that's 2 more strikes, because you did Assassin's Creed and nobody liked that shit. So I don't know about that. If you want to see that movie, see it. It's coming out this weekend. Then the last movie, gotta talk to you about, Geostorm. Me, I love disaster movies. It's my thing. That's it. I'm not even gonna say it's a guilty pleasure. I just do. But I don't love every disaster movie. I love watching them, regardless of the quality. I will judge them just like I judge every other movie. But Geostorm looks like a special kind of destruction. One of my favorite, I think my favorite disaster movie is the Day After Tomorrow. It's so good, so perfect. The other ones, like 2012, I did not like. Graphically, it looked good, but story-wise, it just sucked on every point. Only thing good about it was the graphics. San Andreas, I liked it. I liked the people. I liked The Rock. It was still kind of stupid, but it wasn't as stupid as 2012. But I enjoyed that better. But this one, I don't know. You got tornadoes coming down. You got waves. You got freezing waves. You got everything that all the other movies done that's amped up. Because why? Humans did it, and humans gotta do it better than everything else. Mother Nature, fuck you. We do it better. So I'm definitely looking forward to that movie. So that's pretty much it for the today's Daily Nerd News. So remember to subscribe, check out yesterday's Nerd Rundown. I'll put a playlist. And remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Urban Nerd. You've just been nerdified. Catch you tomorrow.